Hello everybody, Zachary Fruling, aka Cozy Azeroth here. I am working my way through a large number of TI Basic and TI Extended Basic type-in programs from computer magazines and computer newsletters from the late 1970s all the way through the 1980s and into the early 1990s. This program I found is called Sound Effects, and it's written by David Enterline of New Waterford, Ohio. And this is from Micropendium magazine, the February 1985 issue. All right, I'm going to read the brief program description. We're going to get into the Classic 99 emulator, type the program into TI Extended Basic, run it, see what we can learn from it, and see what we can make it do. Okay, sound effects. The following program by David Enterline of New Waterford, Ohio, allows users to create a variety of very strange sounds using the speech synthesizer and Extended Basic. The program follows. Okay, let's go ahead and just get into TI Extended Basic. Here's the TI 99.4a start screen. Press 2 for Extended Basic. I've got the Extended Basic cartridge loaded into the emulator. And let's get typing. So 100 remark sound effects. (110) remark by David Enterline. Credit where credit is due. 120 call clear. 130 display at L. Oh, I actually missed a line here. There's no line. Was there no line 130? There is no line 130. Okay. Here we go. 140. Let's back up. I see what happened here. I'm not very observant. Let's fix this right off the bat. Okay, we'll go from line 120 to 140 for some reason. For L equals 1 to 9, there we go. 1 to 9. Now we're at 150, display at. Got it. Display at L, comma 2. Okay, display at L, comma 2, colon, quote, S, quote. That's all for line 150. Oh no. We have, let's see, semicolon, L, semicolon. Okay, quote, dash, dash, greater than symbol. End quote. Semicolon. I string of L. Okay, I'm confused right off the bat, because where is this I string coming from? Must be from something down in the later in the program, but that's strange. Hope it's not a typo in the program. That's okay. Let's just type it in and see what we can make it do. We'll figure it out. 160 except at L, comma 9. Size negative 20. Colon I string of L. Colon, colon. If length of I string of L equals 1, then 160. Okay, 170. S string of L equals CHR string of 96 and CHR string of, okay, let's go to the next column. O and I string of L. Okay. That's all for 170, I think. Yep. 180. Call say. Okay, looks like comma. It's been a long time since I've used the speech synthesizer. String L, comma, comma, S string of L. Boom. And that's all for 180. Yep. 190. Next L. 200 for R equals 1 to 9. 210. Call HCHAR. R comma 9 comma 42. R comma 9 comma 42. 220. Call say. Comma S string of R. Comma, comma, S string of R. Okay. 230. Call HCHAR. R comma 9 comma 45. 240. Next R. 250. Display at. $20, 1. Colon. Here again, yes or no? Here again, Y or N. $260, except at. $20, 18. Size -1. We'll call that Q string. Probably a question. 270. If, let's see, Q string equals Y, Q string equals Y, plus Q toString equals lowercase y, I believe. That way accepts both uppercase and lowercase. So lowercase y. Then 200 else 140. And 280. Oh, no 280. 310 end. And that's the program. Let's clear the screen. Let's list out the program. We're looking for typos, syntax errors, things like that. Let's run it. I'm not sure what we're going to get here. Okay, so let's read the rest of the article. At the prompts, enter any alphanumeric string, including lowercase letters. Press enter after entering each line. After 9 lines have been entered, the entire list of weird sounds will be replayed. Any alphanumeric string. Okay, so let's just do some gobbledygook here. Lowercase, numbers. Let's do a little mix of everything. Okay. This is just gobbledygook. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's really soft. Okay. Okay, so soft it's almost inaudible. Okay, let's try a different combo. Okay, let's clear all the. Run it again. Let's try something simple. Just trying to see what we're working with here. I don't know what to make it do. Doesn't seem to be generating those sounds very well. I don't know enough to know whether it's the program or the speech synthesizer in the emulator. Hey, Buggy Burrow, how's it going? It is going. I'm entering this weird little type-in program from a computer magazine, sound effects. Basically, it inputs a bunch of an alphanumeric string and then uses the speech synthesizer in the TI-99/4A to generate sound effects based on the parameters entered. And it's not working spectacularly well, and I don't know if it's the program. That's all it does, make some weird kind of beep boop sound effects, or if it's just not generating them correctly based on the speech synthesizer and the emulator I'm using. So let's here, I'll list out the program. How are you doing? What's happening with you? Had a day off today from Uber driving, which is nice. So I don't see any obvious errors with the program. I do want to check these call say statements. So line 180, call say, comma, s string of L, comma, s string of L. Okay, then let's check the next one here, call say on line 220. This is what queues up the speech synthesizer. No, this is TI Extended Basic. It's a version of Basic and Extended Basic, so a Basic Plus, so to speak, on the Texas Instruments TI-99/4A home computer. So no, this is a version of Basic. So 220 call say, comma, s string of R. That looks good. Comma, s string of R. Okay, that looks good. So everything looks right. Let's just run it again. So it says you can enter any alphanumeric string. So I'm just going to do some plain old gobbledygook here. I mean, it seems like it's starting to trigger the speech synthesizer, but it's like it's being cut off. I mean, they are weird sounding sound effects. I don't know if that's... The author says they were just weird sound effects. I see, basic for the TI. Yes, this is... I'm trying to think what I could show you. Yeah, I mean, there's some things here that are... that show that this is basic. The line numbers are almost a giveaway that it's basic. The for next loops kind of give away the way for next loops are structured. You know, set up a for next loop for r equals 1 to 9, then it loops here at line 240. But the thing that's distinctive about TI basic is that it has these call statements. These are subroutines that are unique to TI basic. So for example here, call HCHAR draws a horizontal line of characters across the screen, and here it's only repeated once, so it's only drawing one character, but row and column character number 42. That's what's drawing the little asterisks when it triggers the sound effects. Call say triggers the speech synthesizer. The speech synthesizer is you know, powerful in some ways and rudimentary in others, so it's not pronouncing words here, it's just triggering weird parts of the speech synthesizer to make sound effects. What else is distinctive about TI basic here? Here's another call statement, call clear. That's how TI basic clears the screen. TI extended basic, as opposed to regular TI console basic, has these display statements, kind of like a print statement. This is kind of like an input statement that accepts something at a certain position on the screen. Some string manipulation, character number 96, and the character corresponding to ASCII number 0, and some just string manipulation. What else can I show you here? Pretty straightforward actually. You know, I mean, there's some things that are distinctive about TI basic here, but regular old if-then statements. If these conditions are met, then 200, or else go to line 140. So basic is in general pretty intuitive, although there's some things that are quirky about TI basic. So let's play this weird sound effect again. Can you hear it okay? It's very, to me it sounds soft, and I can probably boost up the output level if I need to, but it sounds soft by design. So I'm going to hit play it again and tell me if you can hear the sound effect. Sounds weird. So let's do another one. I'm going to, rather than hitting no, I'm just going to run it again. And let's do something totally different. It says you can use lowercase letters too. Let's do an alphanumeric string of lowercase letters. It is a staticky kind of sound, yeah. Again, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to sound. The author did say it's just weird sound effects. So I'm just giving it gobbledygook. All we're doing is generating, it says you can input any alphanumeric string. Let's do a long one. Okay. Okay, that's sounding more like sound effects. Okay, at least you can hear it. It is a little low. It's a little low for me too, and I don't think there's a way to increase it. I think it's just the volume's just a little low, maybe by design. I'm not sure. Okay, let's do another one. I think what we're going to do this time, let's do a fairly long alphanum. Let's get rid of that semicolon. I don't know if semicolons are allowed. Yeah, it was a little like. Yeah, it was a little like. That's it exactly. A little like a record scratch sound. That's what it sounded like. Okay, so there's one. Let's mix it up. Let's do an uppercase long string. Let's do a string of numbers. Oh, maybe you're supposed to do long strings like that. I think so, actually. I think that's the problem. They were too short. I didn't realize you were supposed to enter a long alphanumeric string. That wasn't clear at all. So let's mix it up here. Some numbers, some lowercase letters. Okay, and then I'm curious about punctuation. Like, can you do symbols? We'll see what happens. All lowercase again. Let's do a mix. We'll start with lowercase. Oh, uppercase, excuse me. Do some lowercase and get some numbers in there. Now we'll kind of alternate. We'll do, again, I have no idea what these correspond to, none whatsoever. And last one, all numbers. Okay. There we go. Okay, I think that was the key. I was putting in alphanumeric strings that were too short. So let me get a screenshot of that. Well, I'm still getting screenshots here. It's a weird little program. I like it. I think that's kind of weird stuff. You know, it's one thing it's easy to forget is just how experimental computers were at the time. It's like, you know, you had these relatively old computers and they had these relatively simple programming languages, but people tried all kinds of wackadoodle stuff, and sometimes just because it was fun and interesting. Didn't have to be practical, didn't have to serve any purpose whatsoever. This is just a weird program. It makes weird, cool sound effects because we can. It's fun. All right, so let's do all punctuation this time. So let's just go boom, 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 boom. Okay, there's the ones at the top of the keyboard. 1 second, I got an Uber notification. Oh, just seeing if I had a reserve ride. Actually, someone canceled a reserve ride. Okay, so now let's do just punctuation. Like, we'll alternate periods and commas, and then let's do something weird like and let's do something maybe all percent signs, and then we'll do, oh, I don't know, what else could we do? Quotes, and alternate quotes and apostrophes. Endless fun. I mean, the possibilities are literally endless here. So, and I don't know. Let's do maybe all these little vertical lines, and then let's do backward slashes and then forward slashes. And now let's do what else could I do? Greater than, less than signs, and last one. We'll alternate equals and minus signs. Okay, let's see what we end up with. Let's take. Okay, a little harsher that time. Let's play it one more time. I think that was the key. I was just doing strings that were too short, and they were just too short, so it was clipping them and not getting the full sound effects in there. Okay, so let's run it again. What happens if I do the same letter the whole time? An angry Tamagotchi. Yes, I like it. If this were a podcast, that would be the title. An angry Tamagotchi scream sound. Yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen here. I'm just going to enter all the same letter. I mean, you can literally play with this all day and get something different every time. So look at how endless the possibilities are. I like that kind of emergent behavior where there's fairly simple rules, but you just never know what the end result's going to be like. It's like an emergent phenomenon that supervenes on on what I enter here. Okay, so what happens if I enter all A's? That's cool. It has kind of like a little, be a great little sound effect, for like a background sound effect for like Space Invaders or something. Okay. Now, just out of curiosity, what if I do all Z's? I think this is what I'm going to load up and play with from time to time. Okay, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mix it up. We'll do 4 rows of Z's, and then how about X's? It's a cool way to make sound effects, actually. I mean, imagine this being an emergent way of making cool sound effects in a video game. Let's see what we end up with. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a space shooter kind of sound effect, doesn't it? All right, let's run it one more time. And let's go back to gobbledygook. Oh, I don't know. How about all numbers? What if we just do numbers? One through 9. Let's just see what happens. Excuse me. It's a very creative use of the speech synthesizer. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Well, almost sounds like quasi R2-D2 sound effects, beeps and boops, and all right. How about all lowercase? I don't have any idea what these correspond to, so it doesn't really matter what I enter. I'm just trying to get some sense of what does what. But there doesn't seem to be any pattern to the different sound effects, so I expect each letter is just a totally different sound based on the way the call say statements are set up. Okay, let's see what we get. I know this. Okay, there we go. I know these, they look like tiny little uppercase letters because that's how the TI-9948 did the lowercase letters. They just had squashed version of letters that look like uppercase letters for some reason I don't understand. All right, once more. I don't know. Let's just do gobbledygook again. Actually, I guess you can, in theory, put spaces in there with the space bar. Because the space has an ASCII code as well. So number, a little more number heavy. Lowercase, numbers, uppercase. Let's do some ones from the top row here. Let's do the bottom row down here. Turn my fingers sideways. Boom. Just trying to come up with cool patterns I wouldn't normally do. Alright, last one. Lowercase and some numbers. I like this program a lot. It's weird. Wait, there you go. Anyways, I have to get going here in a minute because dinner's going to be ready. But this is a fun little sound effect program. Let's give credit where credit is due here. The author of this program was David Enterline from New Waterford, Ohio, circa February 1985. This is from Micropendium magazine. If you happen to be watching this after the fact on my YouTube channel, be sure to check out the rest of my YouTube channel. You can find it under my real name, Zachary Fruling, or under my Twitch handle, Cozy Azeroth, for lots more TI-99/4A content, retro programming, retro gaming, some World of Warcraft live streaming, and miscellaneous educational videos on a wide variety of topics of interest to me, both professionally and personally, hopefully of interest to you as well. If you're watching this live on Twitch, like Buggy Burrow here, hello. Thanks for tuning in, Buggy, and thanks to anyone else watching. I think I saw a couple other people popping in, but thanks for watching. And same thing, check out my YouTube channel for live recordings of live streams on all the above. And feel free to say hi again anytime and participate in the chat as you see fit. And I'm doing lots of these TI-99/4A live streams these days, along with lots of World of Warcraft streaming. So say hi anytime. Good to see you. And I really appreciate your tuning in and the enthusiasm. I appreciate everyone's enthusiasm for these retro programming streams. I think this old TI system is near and dear to my heart. It was my first computer system. It's something I keep coming back to. So I hope people are really enjoying these retro streams. But in any case, I appreciate likes and follows and subscriptions, all of which help me out greatly in these challenging financial times. And just mainly thanks a lot. I'm having a blast doing these old type-in programs. What's interesting to me is I always had a TI, but I didn't have magazines. I didn't have extended basic. I didn't have newsletters. All I had was the console and some programs on cassette and some cartridges and command modules that plugged into the system, and so the occasional programming book from the library, but that's all I had. So a lot of this stuff is brand new to me because I just didn't have access to these programs or some of the cool things people were doing on the TI back in the day. And frankly, it's a gap in our historical record. There's so many cool ways people were using computers, sometimes strictly for fun, that you only know about now because of old computer magazines, and you can find those on archive.org. So I had this idea that it would be fun to go into old computer magazines, run these programs, get more of a visual record of some of these weird threads and strands of computer history that would go undocumented if someone like me didn't take the time to make videos about them. So a little bit of digital archaeology involved as well. So I hope everyone's enjoying the effort. It's a labor of love for me, but I really appreciate it. I'm going to go have some dinner, and thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next live stream very soon. More TI 99.4a content, lots of World of Warcraft content, and whatever suits my fancy, because it's my channel and I can do that. Okay, hope everyone has a good night. I'll catch you in the next stream. You guys take care.